And it's time now for the second bout of our triple header, a junior middleweight encounter in which Jamar Patterson ends a long layoff to face the power-punching Shawn Porter. 22-year-old Shawn Porter was an alternate on the 2008 U.S. Olympic team, the highlight of a brilliant amateur career, which started when he was just 8 years old. His dad, Ken, serves as both his manager and his trainer. He's an aggressive volume puncher who's been busy as a pro. He scored a fifth-round TKO in his last fight just under a month ago, and this will be his 12th fight in his 14-month career. Some of Porter's best pro experience, though, has come in the gym. He was one of Manny Pacquiao's chief sparring partners for Manny's November 14th fight with Miguel Cotto. Now, in real fights, Shawn Showtime Porter is 11-0 with 9 KOs. And now Steve takes us behind those numbers.
Well, good stoppage for Porter. Last time out, he stopped Jerome Ellis in 5. Now, true, Ellis had won only 1 of his previous 7, but Porter became only the second fighter to stop him. Careful matchmaking. Facing an unbeaten opponent is something new for Porter. He's had a lot of gimmies, facing guys with records like 2-28, 4-22, and 12-22. And longer hours, it's time to stretch out Porter. He's fought only 23 rounds as a pro, and he's averaged 2 rounds per bout. In 2010, he needs to navigate the 6 and the 8-round distance.
Utica, New York native Jamar Patterson was inspired to box watching Rocky movies at age 14. A 50-fight amateur career turned to a pro career 4 years ago, but slowed by the infamous managerial issues. He's had only 8 pro fights. Patterson comes into this match after a 16-month layoff and with just 1 fight in the last 39 months. This 27-year-old boxer-puncher wants to get his career kick-started again, and a win over the highly regarded Porter would do just that. Jamar Patterson, he's 8-0 with 4 KOs. And Steve, what's behind the numbers?
Well, I'll color him green. Not only has Patterson been inactive, but he's less experienced than Porter as an amateur and less experienced as a pro as well. Neil Armstrong-like quality of opposition. This is a giant leap for Patterson, though not necessarily for mankind. The most wins his previous opponents have had, only 6. And smaller, too. Patterson's been fighting as a junior welterweight and welterweight. Now he moves up to junior middleweight against a natural 154-pounder.
So who will protect his undefeated record, Shawn Porter or Jamar Patterson? We're ready to find out. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Dan Cole.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome again to the Grand Casino Hinckley here in Hinckley, Minnesota for Showbox, the new generation, brought to you by Dabala Entertainment in association with Prize Fight and Showtime. Tonight's action is sanctioned by the Mille Lacs Band of Ojibwe Department of Athletic Regulation. Introducing to you the 3 judges scoring ringside: Mike Fitzgerald, John Mariano, and Denny Nelson. The referee is Celestino Ruiz. This bout is scheduled for 8 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division. Presenting first, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing black and gray trunks and weighing in at an even 152 pounds. He enters the ring with a record of 8 wins and no losses with 4 knockouts. Please welcome from Utica, New York, the young prince, Jamar Patterson. And fighting out of the red corner, wearing red and silver trunks, weighing in at an even 154 pounds. He, too, has an unblemished professional record, 11 wins, no losses, with 9 wins by knockout. Please welcome a 2008 U.S. Olympic alternate, Shawn Showtime Porter!
Gentlemen, you guys receive your instruction in the dressing room. I expect a clean, professional fight. Obey my command and protect yourself at all times. May the best win. God bless. Let's touch up. Come out, fight.
Well, Porter giving away a lot of reach, as you can see, but what's new? He's never faced a pro opponent who was shorter than he is. More significantly, Patterson weighed in at 152. He's really been a junior welterweight for most of his career. We take a look at the rules. They're the ABC rules here in Minnesota. No 3 knockdown, no standing 8. And a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round in this fight.
We kick things off in another 8-round battle, this one in the junior middleweight division. And look for Shawn Porter to come out blazing. He throws a lot of punches and already landed a big right hand to the head of Jamar Patterson. Somebody's coming in off a 6-month layoff. I assume you want to go after him.
Yeah, sure. And the first thing you notice about Porter, if you haven't seen him before, he's short. The second thing you notice about him, he's quick. And in terms of amateur experience, no comparison. Nothing notable for Patterson in his 50 fights. Porter, of course, beat Shawn Estrada. He beat Demetrius Andrade. And he beat Fernando Guerrero as an amateur. Pro experience, Patterson with huge layoffs. We talked about the 16-month layoff. He's lucky to be fighting. You know, one, he had heart surgery for something called Wolff-Parkinson's White syndrome, some kind of irregular heartbeat. So he stuck it out.
And in addition to that, had cataract surgery a year ago, so he wants to fight, that's for sure. And in round one, he's taken a couple of big shots at Shawn Porter, but has stood up to them.
You know, watching his tapes, I knew that the guy had a good chin on him. It's just that he's in with a devastating punch, and with the long layoff, you know, he may just not be ready for this type of step up tonight.
Getting through these early rounds is certainly important. We're about halfway through the first round. It is scheduled for 8. Shawn Porter, who had a celebrated amateur career, as Steve pointed out,
Keep it clean. Don't grab
is a very aggressive fighter.
Patterson loves to brawl too, but I don't think he's ever been in with anybody with the quickness of Porter. Porter does a lot of bouncing. You see that? I guess that's how he gets his rhythm.
Good left hand on the inside by Shawn Porter, and he continues to work the body.
Well, the movement is good because, like you said before, he's a shorter fighter, and what it does, it just keeps the taller guy off balance. You really don't know when he's going to attack, if he's backing up. He's on you and inside of you before you know it.
Patterson trying to work on the inside with an uppercut. This is also the first fight at 154 pounds for Jamar Patterson. So he started his career at 137, so he's way up from where he began. Little redness around the nose of Patterson. We enter the final minute of this first round, and he said it's the first one Patterson has had in a long time.
Porter's had a lot of success with the right hand. I think what he needs to do now is follow that right hand with a left hook. And they tried it right there.
Yeah, he's landed some good, solid shots, but again, Patterson has a tough chin, and it would serve Patterson well if he can make it through 3 or 4 rounds and take this fight late.
Just seconds remaining here in round number 1. And it was a good one for decorated amateur Shawn Porter, who ripped some left hooks to punctuate a great first round. Strategy tonight? Well, first, let's hear from Shawn Porter.
That he's just a little too slow for me, and he leaves himself open for a lot of shots. So basically just try to take advantage of that. Throw speedy combinations that he can't keep up with, and when he tries to throw, use my quickness to get out of the way, jump back in with those hard shots, and I think it'll be an early night.
Well, I know he's just come straightforward, so my plan is to just not to get into his game, you know, just to move around the ring, box. I see him coming in, you know, a couple steps back, short steps, and just counter off his punches. And just move around the ring, like I said, you know, just throw him off his game, which will then make it a lot easier for me.
Action from round 1. Porter's so quick that when he deked there to the body, that was a nice move. I didn't pick it up live. And then fired the 1-2 and scored with it repeatedly in that first round out.
So Shawn Porter had previously scored 6 first-round knockouts among his 9 knockout wins, but didn't get one in this fight. Came close, though. He hurt Patterson several times. Now we're into round 2 of this 8-rounder. Jamar Patterson in the black trunks. 8-0 with 4 KOs from Utica, New York, and Shawn Porter 11-0 with 9 KOs from Cleveland, Ohio. Big hook by Patterson. And a right hand bounces off the head of Porter. The Porter jab ever present early in this fight. Good combination by Porter.
I think Patterson's showing how game he is, because he has every reason at this point in the fight to be backing up. And he's not. He's staying in the pocket.
Really good point. coming in off that long layoff. First time you're at 154, and you got this beast in front of you throwing oodles of punches.
Yeah, it seems as if the deck is stacked tonight, but you have to give a guy a lot of credit that has gone through all the adversity that he's gone through, and still, he's undefeated, and he's trying to get his boxing career back on track. And I just don't think he's going to go away easy tonight.
No, not at all, and he's showing that. And, we have rounds to go. So Jamar Patterson showed some flashes of offense a moment ago. Let's see if he can do it again. Right now it's Porter, though, who's doing the best work. Patterson works a little bit on the inside to the body, which is part of what he wants to do in this fight.
Both you guys. Box.
I'll tell you, thus far at least, I think Porter's been more effective from a distance than he's been when he's been close.
Yeah, his jab is working overtime. You saw it there momentarily. Of course, we mentioned Porter sparred with Manny Pacquiao, and he said, I learned things not just in the ring, but watching him outside the ring, what a true champion is all about.
It's a difference when you're brought in by a pound-for-pound champion and you're the chief sparring partner. And it's a difference from sparring with every big-name fighter that you can find. He's not a sparring partner. He was there truly to help Manny Pacquiao get better.
That's really a good point, and that's not us being sparring partner. Now, good combinations by Porter as he ripped shots to the head of Jamar Patterson, who, again, we have to emphasize, took all those punches really well.
Now, I think Patterson's got a little problem here because early in this round he got hit because his hands were low. Then he raised his gloves, had a high guard, and a few seconds ago still got hit by about 6 punches. So I don't know what the answer is. He doesn't seem to have the reflexes to deal with Porter's speed.
Very quick hands from Shawn Porter. So as we head into the end of round 2, Jamar Patterson's had 2 rocky rounds, but he is still there, battling it out with former amateur great Shawn Porter.
You stay focused with your in and out. Don't put them hands down and get flashy, okay? Okay. Take a deep breath for me. Bucket, 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 bucket. Spit this one out. Breathe. We can still use the in and out just off a quick hop, okay? Still use it off a quick hop and set up fast combinations and then dig to the body. Anything, Phil?
Action from round 2. Porter stepping in with his shots. I don't like the fact that his gum shield is showing as he punches. That's not a very good thing because he can get countered. And Patterson just missed the right-hand counter there. So, Porter, keep punching. Close your mouth.
Antonio, you've probably faced some fighters that talk to you. Of course, you've been known to say a couple things in the ring, have you not?
Yes, I have.
Right. How do you do that? Well, never mind. We're into round number 3. Al Bernstein along with Steve Farhood and Antonio Tarver. Hope you're enjoying this fight. Now, we talked about Shawn Porter being short for this weight division. Steve, you uncovered some very interesting statistics about junior middleweights and former champions.
Well, I'm a stat freak, Al, and I looked at the last 20 junior middleweight champs. Average height 5'11". Shawn Porter generously listed at 5'7". But interestingly, yesterday he told us he may fool around with dropping down to welterweight next year. So we'll see.
Interesting to see. Now Patterson trying to be aggressive here with Porter, missing with the jab, and there's Porter on the inside ripping some good combinations.
I know that little man in Porter's head is telling him, I've hit guys with harder stuff than this, and they're out of there in no time.
Double left hook by Porter. Yeah, you're right, Antonio. And Porter ripping shots. An uppercut from way back, not the place you want to throw it, but Porter got away with that. And here in round 3, with a minute gone, it's much the same as we've seen from Porter. A big hook by Shawn Porter, delivered beautifully, and now there come the combinations again.
Let him go. Stop.
Patterson's just not reacting when Porter lets his hands go. No head movement whatsoever.
Halfway through round number 3. It is scheduled for 8, and so far for Shawn Porter in the red and silver trunks, it's been a terrific showing, and Jamar Patterson has shown his toughness, but not been able to get off offenses.
And Jamar, it looks like he has a bad well, or maybe even a cut from that left hook that was just landed earlier by Porter.
Stop. Let him go. Get back.
Patterson has never been down as a pro and showed no signs so far of going down, even though he's been hit with some very big punches. Right hand short by Porter, and Patterson tried to counter but just couldn't.
Keep it clean, guys. Keep it clean.
So Espino Ruiz, the referee, gets in to break these two. Under a minute left here in round number 3, and the Porter jab is like a piston, to continue your NBA analogy.
Boy, quickness makes up for a lot, doesn't it? Makes up for a lack of reach, that's for sure.
Yes, it does. Early in this round, it looks as if Patterson was trying to change the tide a little bit. But my credit goes to Porter for shutting it down and continuing with this combination punches, which is working fabulous tonight.
Under a half minute left to go here in round number 3, and Porter slipping a couple of those punches and comes back with his own shots. One of them strayed a little low. We got a warning from Ruiz.
Looks like Patterson's right eyelid is shredded now.
Final moments of round number 3, another good one for Shawn Porter.
Not behind the head. Ha!
Look at that bucket. Jamal, you can lower him into that right hand, but when you get on the inside, get the stripping, let's try to go to his body first. I mean, keep low and shoot the shot to the body, then try to come up. What you're trying to do everything up top. All right? Everything is good. All right. Good.
Action from round 3. Watch Porter's left hook. Well, you see the redness on the eyelid, the right eyelid of Patterson. So it was a jab, not a hook there. It may have opened that cut. It's a bad cut.
We move into round 4 as we approach the halfway mark of this 8-round junior middleweight encounter between Jamar Patterson in the black trunks, undefeated 8-0 from Utica, New York, and Shawn Porter in the red trunks, a undefeated fighter from Cleveland at 11-0 with 9 KOs. Porter has controlled this fight from the outset. They exchanged jabs there. First good jab Patterson has had in a little while in the right hand, but here comes Porter back again.
I love the energy that Porter has, but in order to make that transition to a top contender professional, he has to go to the body. Everything is head oriented. He's already down there, dig some to the body, wear this guy down.
He is trained by his dad, Ken, but Freddie Roach normally in his corner as well. But here, kind of as a surrogate, is Stel Torrance, who, of course, worked with the great Eddie Futch and worked with Freddie Roach. And he is a great boxing mind who says that this young man is a good student of the game. And here, Porter shows you why with some good combinations to the head of Patterson.
I don't know if Patterson can do it, but it seems to me the way to hurt Shawn Porter. He throws a lot of punches, and he really commits to his punches. He steps in. You have to counter him. Catch him when he's coming in.
Patterson has not been able to do that so far in this fight. We're approaching the halfway mark of round number 4, and that cut goes down, goes Patterson with a left hook.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Come in. You okay? Come to me. Are you okay? Are you okay?
First time Patterson has ever been down. There's time left, and here comes Porter, and I suspect he's a good finisher, and he does. Good left hook by Shawn Porter, gets the job done against Jamar Patterson, who showed toughness throughout this match, but it was simply too much for him here in round 4.
And that was a good stoppage.
Great stoppage.
Tough night for Jamar Patterson, the 27-year-old from Utica, New York. Fought a layoff. He fought the fact that he was coming up in weight for the first time to 154 and the talents and power of Shawn Porter. Special moment between father and son. That's Ken Porter with his son, Shawn. And thankful for what happened here this evening, and that's Phil Torrance in the background, who adds considerable knowledge as well. It's a good corner, it's a good fighter, and they got to be pleased with what happened tonight.
And Ken Porter looks like Jamie Foxx.
He does he not?
Thank you. I was sure you were going to disagree with me.
No.
All right, this is the fourth and final round of the fight. Early on, something we hadn't seen previously from Porter, a left uppercut, showing he can be as effective on the inside as the outside. Patterson answering. Porter, as a short fighter should do, makes himself shorter, gets under those punches. Now look at that leaping left hook. Not quite Joe Frazier-esque, but nonetheless a leaping, kind of Floyd Patterson, Joe Frazier left hook, because he really stepped in with the shot. And when Patterson got up, he said he was okay, but he wasn't. Watch the left hook. Wow, that's pretty brutal. If you're going to keep your hands down, that's going to happen to you against a fighter like Shawn Porter, who really commits to when he punches. As Antonio said, you love this guy's energy. Now the referee steps in very quickly here after a couple of left hooks. Wisely, as you could see, could have called that a knockdown anyway if he didn't stop the fight, because the ropes kept Patterson up. But a very good stoppage by Celestino Ruiz.
Like that since he was 8 years old.
And you know he kept that left hook a big secret to the fourth round.
That's what I said. Follow the right hand with the left hook. He exploded with that one punch.
There it came, and this young man, Shawn Porter, reveling in his corner with his dad, Ken, and also Phil Torrance. With all the particulars, let's go to Dan Cole.
Fight fans, referee Celestino Ruiz stops the bout at 154, the fourth round. The winner by TKO and still undefeated, Shawn Showtime Porter!
So Shawn Porter gets his 12th win as a professional, his 10th stoppage, and the Porter Express keeps on rolling.
Good fight, young man.